Hey guys, so I wanted to do a full video today, and it's going to be a race video. So it's going to be my experience doing the YOUNOW half marathon, my experience doing the refit, and my stories about each time I ran it, which is 5 times, and I'm about to run my 6th next Saturday. So here we go. Here is a cool little video, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff along the way as well. So let's get started. Okay, so let me start off by saying it is super hot in here. So if there's little cuts in the video or something like that, it's because I had to go turn the fan on or turn it down because I don't know if it's too loud in the video or the audio, so I'm going to have to double check it. So you might want to turn your volumes up and put headphones in to hear this, and if you still can't hear me, I apologize. It's just I have to have the fans on. It is super hot today. So anyways, I started Liberty Fit in 2011, and I started it with my best friend Helena and Andrew. And the whole reason I joined was Andrew. He joined, and I wanted to be a part of the program to see him, basically, because it was before we were dating. And then also, our school counselor told Helena that she had to do, she had to get like a credit or like 2 credits, and so he wanted her to try out for Liberty Fit. But at first he didn't tell us that we actually had to do the YOUNOW half marathon. He just said we had to go to Liberty Fit every day and do our exercises. So we joined together as best friends and basically walked and talked the whole time. It was basically just extra time for us to walk and talk and goof off. And then the YOUNOW half marathon came up, and boys, that was story. So we did our first YOUNOW half marathon in 2011, and I was 17 when I did my very first race. We trained and did a whole bunch of different, participation things. We went on Saturdays at 8 o'clock, which is weird for a high schooler, and basically went on the weekdays, Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Sorry, my cat is making noises over there. And then it came up to the big day, and so we got our Liberty Fit t-shirts, and we were going to run it. And I'm going to be putting pictures and stuff like that throughout this so that you'll see it and you'll just hear the audio. So then we get up to the big race, and we're going down to the thing, and we're standing there, and they haven't made the marker yet, and we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this. This is crazy. And they shoot the gun thing, and we go, and we're walking pretty fast, and we're doing pretty good. And at first we walked with Andrew's mom until we went to the point where the half marathon people go straight and the 10K people turn. So she turned off, and we went straight, and it was right after we hit a mile, I think. And we went under the banner, and we were like celebrating and everything like that. And my mom and my brother and Andrew had all done it, or were doing it too. My mom was doing it by herself, but if she caught up with us or something like that, she was going to walk with us, but she wanted to walk really fast, and so she was going to just do the whole thing. So she was ahead of us, and then Alex was way ahead of us. He was up, him and Andrew did it with friends, and Alex did it, I think, with friends too, and they were way ahead of us. But we were walking along. It's a really pretty countryside out there. There's a lot of cool banners and signs, and of course, Miss Jenkins, who is just amazing, is always running. Like, she gets a participants thingy, and she's always running back and forth to take pictures of everybody in Liberty Fit and to make sure everybody's doing okay. So she took a whole bunch of pictures. She didn't take a whole bunch of pictures of us, but we did see her taking pictures, and so it's kind of like we thought she took pictures of us, but then when we got the pictures back, she didn't take a lot of pictures of us. So anyways, we were going, and we got up to one of the big curves up in the thing, and it was kind of like, it was getting, hard then, because we're like, okay, this is like a big serious thing. I don't even know why we did it. So of course, like being in a stressful situation, we fought a little bit, and like we're arguing a little bit, and then we were just like, I was like, no, I want to keep going, and she was like, no, I don't want to do it anymore, and I was like, no, we can just do it. And we're kind of arguing and stuff. Well, her legs started hurting, and started having a lot of like leg problems and like asthma problems, and I don't think she had her inhaler. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't really remember, because she didn't have pockets. I'm pretty sure she didn't have pockets. Maybe she did, but I don't think she had her inhaler. And so we were like, I was like, okay, we're just gonna slow down, because I don't want you to have like any asthma problems. And then like we ended up just kind of like, there's kind of a funny story. I ended up like hooking her arm and like, you know, pushing towards the end, and like we finally got to the end and we were like, you know, it was bad, but like it's totally like one of those tests of your friendships, and like we're still friends, so I think that's good. I think she like elbowed me, and like I just like elbowed her back, and like just kept going on, and like I kept my arm really tight around her arm, and like just kept going, and it was a horrible time. I'm just gonna say that. But it's only because we like it was our first marathon, and so we slowed down a lot because my legs were hurting, her legs were hurting, I was in pain, she was in pain, and we were just like breathing heavy, and we were just like, oh my gosh, and like, you know, we had to stop a couple things and everything like that, and like, so we got, for our first time, we got 4 hours and 6 minutes and 57 seconds, and yeah, that's not a great time, but it's not a horrible time, and it was our first like real race, and it was also from two people like who didn't exercise, and who didn't like to exercise, and who didn't like gym class, and who failed gym class. I know, right? And so like I thought that was pretty good for our first thing, but being honest, like at the time I didn't even hear the time or care about the time. I was just like, oh my gosh, 4 hours and 6 minutes and 57 seconds. And yeah, that's not a great time, but it's not a horrible time, and it was our first like real race, and it was also from two people, and it was green for my first year. This is the half marathon medal, Portland Running Company, and it's really pretty and cool. And so I got this, and then Miss Jenkins took a couple pictures, and like me and her took off our shoes and basically rested, and then we went home, and I think we ate popcorn and just like watched movies the rest of the day. But this is my first medal from my first half marathon. And so after that, it was approaching the next year, and Miss Jenkins had emailed and was like, oh, are you going to do it again this year? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, you know, like, it was kind of fun, and it's a good program, but I don't know if I could do it again. And so then I just decided, yeah, I'm going to do it, and it's going to be really fun. So we signed up again, and this time I walked with my mom, and that was really fun. We actually did almost all of our practices together. It was really hard because at that point I decided not just to walk the whole thing, because just for the record, the first half marathon I ever did, I walked the entire race. No running, no jogging. And the second one I decided I wanted to jog a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So I decided I was going to jog the streets, like when you have to cross from crosswalk to crosswalk. I was just going to run those and walk the rest. But at Liberty Fit, there's a lot of crosswalks, so I ended up having to run quite a bit. And my asthma got a little bit worse, but I felt like I was doing pretty good. And every year Miss Jenkins gives out like a printed schedule of like what we're doing, and like she helps us through it. Oh, hold on a second. The first year I did the marathon, Miss Jenkins and the Portland Running Company, which I have to say a big thank you to, got us free for most of the day's practice, and so I got free pair of shoes, and so did Helena, so that was cool. And Andrew too, and I think Alex too. Anyways, came up to the big day, and me and my mom were going to do it together, so we did it, and we actually ran a little bit in it, and it was exciting and fun, and that was a great experience too, actually doing it with her and having that fun time. So my second year, I got 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 46 seconds, which is a big improvement, and that one I ran a little bit. Only a little bit. It was like little tiny periods, and it was like hardly at all. But still, I thought I did really good. And that one I actually like trained for. So I'm convinced that if me and Helena had actually trained, we probably would have gotten 3 hours and around 2 minutes. But we didn't like really train, you know. And let me get that medal. So it's basically the same medal but blue, and then the logo on the back is tinier. But that is the medal. And so then I got my second year medal. And then my third year, I was like totally convinced. I'm like, oh, I'm such a great runner. Yay, I can do this. I'm so excited. Like, I'm gonna run again, and I'm gonna run a lot this year, and I was really, really excited. And that's the year that my aunt Elise joined. And so we all kind of ran together, but me and my mom kind of ran ahead, which we feel really bad about. But we ran a lot of that. Like, not all of it, but ran a lot more. And when we came up to the half marathon, that year I was really, really excited, and like I was feeling great that day, and I had drank a lot of water, and I had eaten like a good meal that morning, and I like exercised and like stretched and like all that good stuff. And then me and my mom did it together, and Elise and Andrew were with us, but Andrew had like a high fever, and so he slowed down, and then Elise had to go to the restroom, so that she fell behind, and so she walked with him, and me and my mom just kept booking it and running, and like if we were getting tired, we would decide, okay, instead of saying we're getting tired, we're going to run. And so we finished the marathon that year at 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 17 seconds. So that was my best time. I think this is the medal. Yes. So this is the medal, and this is so tiny. It basically has the same logo on the back, but they made it so super puny. But that year's theme was red, and I was pretty proud of it. I was pretty happy. I was kind of upset that Andrew had like fever, and he decided to still do it, but he did a pretty good time. He got like 3 hours, so I was pretty impressed. Okay. Then in 2014, I did the Helvetia Marathon again with Elise and my mom, and this time I walked around with Andrew, because my mom was like going faster, and she like wanted to go with a different pace group, and so me and Andrew started training together. We started like this whole cool thing of like, yeah, we're gonna train together. It was really, really fun. And so we trained together, and we had a lot of fun that year, and like I felt myself like feeling a lot better. And then we did the half marathon, and they did a new route that year where it was like different, like they went down a different road, and so we were a little confused. So it was a little different, but it was still good. And I did slow down a little bit in that because my ankle kind of hurt. So in that one, me and Andrew together got 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 17 seconds. So my like Helvetia time is anywhere between 2:50 to 3:12. So it always ranges somewhere in them. It's not an exact constant, but it's not an exact change. And I got this medal, which is a giant medal, and this is like really heavy too. And this one's cool because this one was run by the Better series. So they actually like put something on this band thing. But that's the medal. It's pretty cool, and there is literally nothing in the back. And then my very last time, last year's time, which by the way, if you want to see any of these times like live, you can see 2014, 2015, and 2014 and 15 in the vlogs. You just have to look for race date. It's usually the second week of June. They're all in the vlogs. And this year will be too. Last year I had a struggle because I actually had like sort of like I felt like I was gonna faint, and I felt like I had heat stroke last year, and I walked the whole thing with Andrew, but I ran a little bit too much in the beginning and too fast because I was like trying to get my pace, and I was like really determined, and like didn't realize that like it wasn't good for me to try to be that fast. And so by the end, the last mile, I had to stop and sit down, and you see it in the vlogs, and like I was feeling really warm, and I like couldn't like, you know when you have heat stroke, you like can't generate like sweat and stuff. I know it's gross, but like I couldn't, and like I couldn't breathe very well because I was kind of freaking out, and I did have my inhaler, so just in case. And then like it wasn't even like anything was hurting really. I was just like really feeling the heat and like really feeling that, and so I just stopped for a little bit, and that's kind of what hurt me a little bit because the last mile was so slow. I went so slow. But that last year I got 3 hours, 12 minutes, and 27 seconds. And this is the medal, and this is one of my favorites because it's all circle and cut out. It's cool. Nothing on the back, and then it says Les Schwab Tires Hood to Coast Race Series. And now Helvetia is owned by this group. So it was owned by Portland Running Company 2011, 12, 13. And then 14 it was run by Better Series. And then this year, last year it was run by Hood to Coast. And this year it's run by Hood to Coast as well. But that's the medal. And this one I'm really proud of because like I had some struggles there and I felt like I really earned. Anyways, those are my Helvetia half ones. And you'll get a closer look at the medals at the end. And also you'll get to see my Liberty Fit t-shirts and my Helvetia t-shirts. And yeah, that's just kind of my experience. I would have to say my best marathon would probably, like number-wise, would be the 250, which is my third year, which would be this medal, 2013 I did the best. But I will always have a spot in my heart for my very first half marathon because it was just an experience. Like, I was not prepared for it. I was not ready for it, like mentally, physically. I don't think I really realized what was like happening. Like, they're always like, yeah, you're doing the half marathon. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then you get there and it's just like, you know, so that's why me and Helena kind of fought and everything, but I'll always have a special spot for that because it was like the first half marathon I ever did, and I was like 17, and I graduated the next week and did grad night, and it was just a really fun experience. And basically, the first marathon of my first year at Liberty Fit just really made me want to stay and give other kids that opportunity. So that's why now I'm considered a mentor at Liberty Fit, and that's why I'm doing, I feel crazy because I'm doing my 6th year for Helvetia Half Marathon this year, next Saturday. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. So I hope you guys can cheer me on Facebook and Twitter and all of that stuff. Me, Joe, my mom, and my brother on, because we're doing our marathon again. You'll definitely see pictures on my Instagram, my Facebook. You'll see a video on my Facebook page and of course my blog, and I might do a little like side video on it, like my race this year. I might start doing that. I haven't done it yet, so I thought I'd catch you all up. So here are some clips at the end of close-ups of all of the medals, the t-shirts, this book here, and also a side clip of my times. And I hope I'll see you soon, and I hope that if you've done a marathon, or a marathon, a half marathon, a 5K, a 10K, whatever, do a video on it, and definitely send it to me, because I want to see what you guys are doing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.